Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB the Sexy Ninja in the place to be for our Paper Saber universe. This is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about Monday Night Raw, January 29th, 2024, the night after, well, a couple nights after the Royal Rumble. Michael Cole's on commentary. We're in Tampa Bay, Florida. And guess what? Huge announcement. New commentary team for Monday Night Raw will be Michael Cole and none other than Pat McAfee. He is back. Me and my wife got excited. We did the high fives and everything like that because we love Pat McAfee and we're happy he's back. Everyone's arriving. Jey Uso, Gunther, Imperium, Damage Control. You know, they're all rolling up because we got a big night ahead of us and a lot of storytelling to tell. And they got the Royal Rumble highlights package, you know, and then showing Cody's big win back-to-back. Life is good. But not for this opening here for Mr. CM Punk. Torn tricep. He comes out, cuts a passionate promo, and I feel really bad for him. He goes, WrestleMania 40 is not in the cards. And he put some positive spins to it, and he said, he goes, hey, I'm a Cubs fan. We always have that saying, there's always next year, and he doesn't know if Mania will ever be in his reach, and, you know, and it sucks, man. Injuries just come out of nowhere. He got this one after coming back to a big Royal Rumble, telling a great story. And, so CM Punk, heal up soon. Hopefully he's back by SummerSlam because Drew McIntyre comes out. This vicious Scottish bastard. He comes out, he's like, oh, Punk, yes, I agree with you. Oh, my gosh, you know, I see blah, 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 blah. But I'm not a spiritual man, but I prayed for this to happen. I was like, oh. He goes, and I will find a way to go to WrestleMania and live your dream again. I was like, oh my God. Punk got in his face and he's like, hey, Mania, I'm still going one day or next year. And he goes, but on my checklist is you. You're the first one I'm going to be stepping to. And I was like, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. That sounds like a SummerSlam match. So I was like, oh, okay. Okay, Punk. Okay. But of course, how you send somebody off TV, you get a beatdown. CM Punk got the beatdown by Drew McIntyre. Sammy comes out for the save, and it sets up the match between Sammy and Drew for our main event this evening. The Judgment Day are backstage. Mommy tells the group, like, hey, we got to show everybody why we are the most dominant faction inside WWE. People forgot this. They need to show some respect, put some respect on our names. And because up next, Damian and Finn have to put up those tag team championships, and I thought they were going to lose them tonight. I had that feeling. But Damian and Finn agreed to, like, hey, yeah, you were right. We're going to take care of business, and we're going to go out there and show people why they should be afraid of the Judgment Day. Undisputed Tag Team Championship, DIY versus the Judgment Day. One hell of a match. I had a lot of fun with this, and the first hour of Raw was commercial-free, so we didn't really get no interruptions. We just had a great, pure tag team match to start it all off, and the Judgment Day retained. It was so much fun. JD and Dom come out. They cut a promo afterwards. They bring out R-Truth, and R-Truth is kind of hesitant. He's like, no, we ain't going to do nothing. And Damian's the one to be like, hey, I'm sorry to do this. You know, you're not part of the Judgment Day. And R-Truth's like, what's going on? He's like, yeah. He calls Dom to do the dirty work, but JD's the one that has the problem with Truth. And he starts beating down R-Truth, and then Dom joins in, and here comes The Miz. And The Miz takes on, tried to take on the Judgment Day, but of course the numbers game. And he gets taken down as well, and the Awesome Truth is laid to waste. Why do I feel the Awesome Truth is the ones that are going to dethrone the Judgment Day with those undisputed tag team championships? That's a good story. Punk's backstage. with Adam after being attacked. You can see it in Punk's face, too, the disappointment that he has, that he's not going to make it to WrestleMania 40. And, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, man. And I see people on there, like, I posted some clips from the show, and people, I can't stand this guy. Oh, it's like, shut up. He's probably, like, jerking off to AEW right now, you know. I can't stand him. Oh! Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. A lot shorter than I think it should have been. Shayna and Zoe got the win. Chelsea, I wonder if this was on purpose, because she had a big old smile on her face when she was about to get pinned. Yeah, the match ended really short, and I think it was supposed to be because, you know, they always want the starting of the hour to be the main focus for when they do something big, because Cody Rhodes starts the second hour. And the match was really short. Shayna had that look in her face. Zoe had that look in her face. And it was just like, oh, I think this was supposed to go on longer. But, hey, we'll get to Cody Rhodes. He comes on and talks to the crowd. And he says, what do you want to talk about? You know, he cuts some a passionate thing saying, hey, it's because of you guys that I'm here. It's because of y'all that I went back-to-back and won both Royal Rumbles. And now let's make it official. Here comes Seth Rollins. I was like, oh, okay. Seth Rollins tells him, like, hey, You don't want the Hollywood title, the Hulk Hogan title, the Pretenders title. You know, you want this title, the World Heavyweight Championship, Dusty's title, the Workman's Championship, the Blue Collar Championship. This is what you want, because in and out, I've been busting my ass to elevate this championship to where it needs to be. And Roman's, he goes, he was there every other week, now every other month, then every other 6 months, you know, and you want that championship? No, you want this. So I was like, okay, so we're going one of two ways here. The reason why this promo happened. And plus, too, it also keeps suspense of, like, who's Cody going to pick? And after all this and that, and Seth to call that the Dusty title already makes the decision in my mind for Cody to go after Roman, because Cody just goes, I'll think about it. And he walks out. And I was like, okay. All right, man. WWE's like, hey, we're keeping these viewers as much as we can, and they're keeping me, goddammit. And so, but I think in turn of this is either we do go with Cody versus Seth at WrestleMania 40, and then we can kind of shove in The Rock versus Roman Reigns to make that finally happen and everything like that. Either or, Cody's going to get a championship. But I also feel that Cody's going to tell Seth, like, hey, I made my decision, and you call that the Dusty title. I'm tired of chasing Dusty Rhodes. I'm tired of everyone bringing up Dusty. I'm Cody fucking Rhodes. That's who I am, and I'm finishing the story, and I have to take it from the tribal chief to do that and accomplish that and make that Cody's title. That's where I think we're going with this. So, because when Seth, as soon as Seth said Dusty's title, I was like, okay, that's a good line for Cody to hook on and be like, no, I'm tired of chasing Dusty. I'm chasing Cody Rhodes' dreams, you know. So that's where Cody's gonna pick Roman, and you know. And also too on the Royal Rumble, I forgot to mention him. I'm very sorry. Braun Breaker, fucking phenomenal in the Royal Rumble. Did some great spots, but he replaced Brock. Brock was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble, but you know, the last week's things that came about and came to light. But Braun, he shined, and he's been growing on me, especially with this run with Baron Corbin in the Tag Team Championship. Speaking Dusty Classic, you know, he's getting some character development, and he's part of the Wolf Dogs. And we got Vengeance Day this Sunday. Man, life is great. Life is fantastic. So, and speaking of that, physical media is important, ladies and gentlemen, because I was sitting there and I was like, man, I'm going to watch rivalries. Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair, I enjoyed it. And I was like, oh, I want to watch that steel cage match where Dusty finally beats Ric Flair for the championship, and he, you know, has the belt and NWA World Champion and everything like that. So I was like, okay. So I went to Peacock. Couldn't find that Great American Bash. I was like, oh, all right. And I was like, well, I could probably find it on YouTube. You can find anything on YouTube. And so I went to YouTube, and I went and watched that, and no, they had clips of it, you know, like a minute and a half clips of it. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I swear I have this match somewhere. So I went into the storage, pulled down the big wrestling box of DVDs I have, and I found my Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream documentary they did on him a while back, and I went there, and the match was in there, but no original commentary, but it had Dusty on it as well. It was really cool hearing Dusty talk about the match, so I got to watch that, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, but, well, you know, at least I have it now. At least I know I have that match if I want to go back and watch it. Kind of sucks that it's not on streaming or anything like that, but this is why I think physical media is important, and I feel like it's really sad that WWE will no longer put out physical media going forward after 2023 into 2024, because I would love to own the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania this year and everything like that. The big moments, I want to own those moments. Kofi Kingston has a big match, a huge match with Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. He's getting himself ready, and Xavier Woods is there, and he's like, hey, everyone talks about the bootios, everyone talks about this, everyone talks about that. No one talks about our championships. We are champions, and that's what I'm going to be tonight when I take on Gunther. Oh, I can't wait till we talk about that match. But next up, we have Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed. Holy shit. Jey Uso beat Bronson Reed. I was like, oh, I thought it was going to end like a DQ or something like that, but no, straight up clean win. So Jey is moving on. Jey is moving up there, and will we get Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins? Or, you know, as much as I would like Drew, I want to see something different. I want something new, especially after this WrestleMania. And Jey Uso or Sami Zayn going all the way up to WrestleMania, the fight for the championship, I would like that very, very much. Adam, backstage, is with Andrade, signing a Raw contract. Nick Aldis comes in. He's like, oh. And he's like, hey, we had a contract for you. And Andrade's like, I'm on Raw now. And Adam there standing all proud, like, hey, he signed this contract before, you know. So, and Nick's like, oh, Braun Breaker's calling me. So, Braun Breaker's moving up to the main roster, and where will he go? Raw or SmackDown? It's already rumored that Naomi's going to be on SmackDown, which that's going to be awesome. Gunther cuts a very intense promo. He says, after I beat Kofi Kingston, everyone's going to forget about Kofi Kingston and talk about me, the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, 598 days. Don't sleep on it. This is why Gunther is Gunther. Jackie is with Becky Lynch. She's sad. She lost. There's a really cute video with her and Kevin Owens that's online. But she says, I'll get back up. I will fight. Go to Elimination Chamber. You know, something. That's where it's all going to come down to, is Elimination Chamber at the end of February. That's where we're going to push the next opportunities and everything like that. But next up is the Intercontinental Championship. Kofi Kingston versus Gunther. My match of the night. Holy shit, what a match it was. It was back and forth. And I believed for a few split seconds that Kofi Kingston was going to dethrone Gunther. And I was like, oh, man. And no. Gunther got the win. And I was like, who will dethrone Gunther? And I think I know the man. Andrade is the one that's going to take him on at WrestleMania. I just got this feeling in my bones, man. But this is the match of the night for me right here. Kofi Kingston versus Gunther. I'll probably watch it again over and over. Xavier comes out to try to help Kofi. And, of course, Imperium attacks and leaving him laid to waste. So, once again, Imperium and the New Day. I was waiting for Big E music. I was so ready for Big E to come out, but no Big E. Jackie is with Sami Zayn. He's got his main event, and he's like, hey, I'm going to show everybody and tell everybody, and, you know, especially Drew McIntyre, that, yo, quit pointing fingers and blaming everybody. You know, this is why I'm going to lay you down tonight, because you need a little bit of humbling, and Sami Zayn is the one to do it. Kabuki Warriors versus Tegan Nox and Natalya. How many times will I see this? Well, maybe my first time, but the Tegan Nox and Natalya thing, I'm not feeling it anymore. At first, I was like, okay, maybe they lost. But Kabuki Warriors, they wait for their fearless leader afterwards, and Carter and Chance cut a promo saying like, hey, we are getting our women's tag team rematch next week against the Kabuki Warriors. And I was like, okay, well, I can't wait to see you lose again. But Damage Control's in the ring. They get Bayley coming out. She cuts a promo, and she's about to make her pick on who she wants. She mentions Rhea and everything like that, but I like what they did here. Rhea Ripley comes out, And I was like, oh, she's going to get in the face of Bayley? Nope. Nia Jax destroys Rhea Ripley in front of Damage Control. And I love this moment. Nia Jax, after she gets up after beating up Rhea Ripley, she walks over to Bayley, and Bayley just kind of like gets in a corner, and she's like, hey, you could choose Io Sky, you could do whatever you want, but Rhea Ripley is mine. And I was like, oh. And Bayley was like, well, you didn't let me finish. I was going to announce my pick at SmackDown. Huh? But this is where I think the tides will turn with Damage Control and Bayley. Because Io's face told the story of, nah, you ain't picking me. So, you know, we laid the seeds now of the Damage Control kicking her out. And Dakota Kai doesn't have her knee brace on anymore. So, ooh, right? Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Jackie gets with Drew before the match, and he cuts a promo. He's like, hey, all I've done is told the truth. All I've done is tell the truth to y'all. And I'm going to kick Sami Zayn's teeth in. I'm going to do what I can. And you talk about a banger of a main event. Second favorite match of the night. These two went to town, but Drew McIntyre's the one to get. And it was a weird finish, though. Like, Sami was about to get the kick in the corner, and then Drew put his hands up, and Sami accidentally got squirrel tapped. And this is what caused Drew to get the 1, 2, 3. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess that's kind of clever or whatnot. But yeah, great match. I got to say, my match of the night, though, is Kofi Kingston versus Gunther. Second to that is DIY versus the Judgment Day. And third is Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. A lot going on. CM Punk is out. No WrestleMania for Punk. So where do we go from here? Do we just slot in Roman versus The Rock? Or do we let Cody take on Roman and tell him, I'm going to get Cody's title, not Dusty's title? A lot going on. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
I lose more often than I win. You guys see me fight in the UFC? Yeah, not great. But goddamn it, I had a dream.